I juggle my chesticles for it.
It's called Interior Famous. Everyone should go stream it. It's great. It's a collab project.
Yeah,
Right.
So imagine you go in the warehouse and you're like,
I crash out.
Put a blue
Please, chat. Let me know if this is an experience you've had.
Chris is one of the flyest dudes I know.
Okay.
Selenite is the only crystal that does not have to be cleared or cleansed.
Return to monkey. But I have evolved. I am Professor Monkey.
Week, and I started out doing boot camps.
if you're using AI to create new things that you could never do, like what Jeff said, that you
Yeah, they're like, we don't want to see no man titties. You unsubscribe. They're gonna be like, ah, man.
All right, Mr. Baldhead.
Really?
We have commenced. What we trying to get into today, man?
You let me know.
What do you mean you let me know? Nigga said you let me know.
You let me know. You set it up. I'm just here to react.
Low key, I feel that. Can I hide comments? Well, first one we're gonna get into, because I do know.
That man is cooked
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's bring that back.
for multiple.
Let's bring that back. Yeah,
Builder has
because
been hit
what was
with
it?
a
Chud the fucktard. No, I'm kidding. Chud the Builder.
You what?
Chud the dickhead. That's crazy. He's one of
I'm
those
about to play the video,
soulless Gen Z, right? The no soul, no twinkle behind the eye or
Twinkle,
anything.
twinkle.
What is that?
Twinkle, twinkle.
So he thought it'd be a good idea to go around and just be
A dickhead.
a dickhead. I'm not even gonna call him racist because I don't know. I feel like racism has more
We be on that.
systemic power to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you could bend things to your will. He was just going around there. Bow wow. Do you feel in charge? You know?
You think money gives you power over me?
Do you feel in charge? No, I love it. So yeah, so he just went around calling people the N-word, and then of course when they get upset, he'd use the
I have a gun.
old colloquial. Oh, they're chimping out. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Even before this had happened, I think he had started popping off.
Yeah.
Around our sphere of social media. Because I'm guessing he's been doing this longer than recently.
I'm about to play the.
But I'm guessing the only reason why he's
Right. The reason why it's been hitting all the social realms.
people have been reacting to him.
is because he finally got his comeuppance, but not in the way you thought it would be. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he had just finished leaving the courthouse in Tennessee for an earlier case about the whole walking out of the restaurant and not paying, and then making a whole bunch of crazy statements to the waiter and all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I wasn't paying, so that's how they were able.
And then
to
he was
arrest
like,
him.
well, I'm not paying and blah, blah, blah. So, well, that's theft because I think the meal totaled out to around like
$100 something.
500 almost. 300,
yeah, 'cause
300 to 500.
He went to a rich restaurant.
That dyslexia be fucking me up. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a good amount of money.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And pretty much he got arrested, went to court, do his hearing, whatever, pay his fine, whatever. So he leaves the courtroom and immediately he sees a group of, black folk.
Oh yeah,
And,
let's run the R slur.
This is a sick Negro.
you know what I'm saying? And I could go into the situation, who started it, who did it, but it was bound to happen, even if he instigated it or not.
Yeah.
So going off of his previous statements, his past live streams, he was threatening to, XYZ. If such and such happens to me, I'm going to kill me,
Yeah.
N-word. And it's going to be self-defense. Well, what happens? Whatever you say, you curse yourself, right?
Yep. Whatever you put out, you get back.
Whatever you put out, right? The words he used came back. You know what I'm saying? You remember?
Yep.
So he had to use energy to make it not a lie.
And the worst part is he went to Tennessee to pay a bail.
Right. Crazy work. So right out the courthouse, he gets into it with one of these folks.
Yeah, because he decides to start recording and then say what he.
And the guy said, and
I'm
let
not
me,
the one.
Right. And let me be fair. The guy that he ultimately ended up shooting, who was in critical condition, right? Yeah.
Attempted murder.
The guy he ended up shooting essentially was like a war vet, and he had PTSD. And yeah, we could go into the details, about his checkered past, what he did in the past, right? What his record was, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about right now, real life, And so now Chud ended up in court after the shooting, and he shot himself.
Chud the dumbass.
Being charged with attempted murder. So we're going to kind of hop into that. That's where we're going to start off at. Just to kind of see what this means and what the future of this is going to be. I do know his GoFundMe was
up to like 500.
500,
and he only needs 10% to bail.
Type shit.
Yeah.
Type shit.
I'm about to play the video, but the racist streamer Chud the Builder has been hit with a $1.25 million bail, and look like bro's about to cry.
$1.25 million, based on the fact of how many people in the courtyard, the courthouse, and the seriousness of all these felonies.
That man is cooked for multiple reasons. Even lawyers agree. Because pause to read, in Tennessee, you cannot purposely provoke people so that you can use self-defense when they react. Not only was there witnesses to...
I'm glad they started passing these social media laws, bro. Because he really thought, and that's what a lot of people were saying after this. Oh, why does the word mean something? Now you're going to have a whole bunch of copycat. All right, good luck. Good luck fighting your state laws. Because I know.
That's why I also want to react to the Abba and Preach video, too.
Which one?
The one that we watched today.
With Sneeko?
With Sneeko, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. How do I hide these comments?
Your Honor, I'm about to play the video.
How do I hide these comments?
Is it live?
No.
Then we can edit it out.
All type shit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. So, whatchamacallit? What was I saying?
No, like he found out that he couldn't.
Right, because so many states pass these social media laws.
Yep.
Because you remember that small period of time where these dickheads kept going out into the street and harassing people and shit like that. And of course, you seen just like in what was it, Taiwan or Thailand or something like that?
I thought it was Korea.
No, Johnny Somali.
Yeah, I thought
that was Korea.
I thought that was Korea. Yeah, that nigga, they were running with that a sword.
Absolutely.
They were trying to kick.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's the same thing anywhere you go. Like we could just be like it's just a word.
It's not.
And I've seen this comment going around where it's like the issue with a lot of today's youth and young adults, it's like the folks saying it's just a word. It's like they were just teleported to this exact moment in time with no context or history behind any of the words.
Yep. It's like it came out of nowhere.
Right.
If it was just a word, he wouldn't have said it.
He wouldn't have said it. Right.
It's deep.
Every word has intent. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So it's just like this whole it's just a word. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Nah, words are spells,
blah,
bro.
blah,
You're
blah.
casting spells, and people react different to the spells you cast, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then he cast a spell on himself, talking about I'm gonna kill a N-word.
Yep.
If
he turns that car around again.
Boom, cursed himself.
Yeah.
Boom. Look
and
at that.
That was in Miami.
Right. The universe set it up just for him, bro.
Yeah. No,
Crazy work. Crazy work. And now this dickhead has a $1.25 million bond.
Your Honor mentioned criminal homicide. I thought that was attempted.
I said, did I say homicide? I meant to say attempted criminal homicide if I didn't.
Okay, understood.
I thought I did, but that's still an A felony.
Oh, you hear that big ass guy?
That's what he's saying right now.
Booty hole puckered.
No, you're right.
Sensational.
Hey, Jeff, that's what. Listen, that's what you call real life accountability. Because look.
Oh, man.
All he had to do was go on the
internet. Some internet brain.
Listen, all he had to do was go on the internet and read. But because he didn't read the laws, he thought he can do whatever he wants and be protected by the Constitution.
That's the thing. A lot of these people are informed by social media. They don't understand context or history.
No.
So it's like I said, like they time traveled and someone just threw them in this exact moment. So they skipped. That's why you read, dog. We got Google, man. Like, even ask your AI. See, now we got AI. There's no excuse.
Yep, there isn't any.
There really is an excuse.
Yeah.
That shit'll read it to you. That's crazy. He's probably one of them that don't got a head voice.
Man.
That's crazy. It was like earlier I said to you, random off tangent. It was like earlier I had said to you, I was like, they should run a study to see like what the mortality rate is for people who don't have a head voice. Because if you don't have a head voice, does life just happen to you?
That's a good question.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a good question.
Do you just get to the event?
See now what I want to do now, now what I want to do now is like if I start talking to people, I'm gonna ask them, do you have a head voice?
Do you have head voice?
And if they don't, then that's when I can follow up with the question is like, well,
what do you think about that?
Yeah. Like you don't talk to yourself in your head, or like it doesn't read for like, how does that work?
No, that's actually spooky.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting study.
That's actually spooky.
No, you're correct, bro. That'd be an interesting study.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a bail
I'm
hearing.
gonna set just a bond right now after we have our bail hearing. Then I'll let you make all the arguments. We can go through all the factors in the statute and see if that gets amended up or down. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set initial bond at $1.25 million, based upon the fact.
Oh, he did that.
Well, his
blink.
eyes, yeah, he did. He did the
blink.
eye show speed, bro.
Yep.
He's like,
he held that blink. He's like, I got lock in, dog. Damn.
I just paid, bro. And then I'm getting
stomach in his ass, bro. What? Heart in his rectum, dog. That's crazy.
And then watch him be in prison and get his ass whooped.
Dog, that's crazy. Nigga don't need no laxatives, bro.
How many people were in the courtyard? We're here at the courthouse.
Right outside the courthouse. Like, that's crazy to me,
bro. You could have waited, bro. You could have waited.
That's crazy to me.
You could have waited.
And the seriousness of all these felonies and his bond status.
Your Honor mentioned criminal.
Jeez, you ran to the comments, huh? Yup, this is the one.
Hold on. Yup. But that's what it is. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm just here to laugh.
And that's why I was telling you, I'm like, man, the universe worked fast.
Right,
you thought
that's what I'm saying.
Took
like,
months.
There's enough social commentary on this guy, bro. He's just another example in the bucket.
And like they said, it's not like he's a celebrity or
right.
a Michael Jackson that they're gonna remember forever. He's a drop in
Hell
the bucket.
no,
so if he were to die today, he'd be forgotten about because he's nobody.
One of them, just another dickhead, bro. That's crazy work. A nigga who think he in a GTA lobby. That's crazy.
What?
You could be free, but there's still rules.
Yep.
Nigga. What the fuck? There's still rules to this reality, man.
Freedom is an illusion.
What? There's rules. Ultimately, you still have to follow the laws of logic and the nature of reality.
Bite you in the face.
Yep. And you are here. You are in this position because of every choice you have made in your life of your own free will.
On today's news forecast.
Oh, man. What?
Chud the Builder was arrested.
That's
Why?
crazy.
For being a dickhead.
For being a dickhead.
Boy, that's crazy word.
Dickhead activities. That's dumb.
You logged into your account, right? Because I was going to see if we can.
What you mean?
Because people were defending, it's just a word. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, you mean Sneeko? Yo, I remember he was crying earlier because he's banned in Australia.
Now, yeah, they just banned
And then
him.
now he's talking about, for what? Why? Why am I banned? I'm like, shut up,
They just banned
guy.
him in Australia. I would sign into yours because it doesn't have commercials.
I'm like, shut your whole face, guy.
But you see, he's being banned everywhere. So it's like.
He deserves to be.
So it's like, how's he ever going to. Yeah, no, I said it. How's he ever gonna,
right? And also, you know what's also funny about that too?
What's up?
The phrase he used every single time was like chimping out.
Just
but
click
it's
on
funny.
Beach.
But it's funny because he was the only one chimping out.
Yeah.
What do chimps do, right? When you think of Planet of the Apes.
They chimp out.
They chimped out. The evil nigga.
Uh-huh.
The evil monkey. The first time he got a gun. He chimped the fuck out. It's like, hey, what are you doing? And then he played stupid. Yup. Chud is the chimp. Chud the chimp. Chud the actual chimp. That's crazy.
Pot, meat, kettle. They always call out what they're doing.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And try to put
bro, whatever you say, you're literally cursing
and then
yourself.
put it on other people. That's
Whatever you
what
say,
I
whatever
never...
you call anybody, you're literally cursing yourself, bro. That's what's hilarious. He literally became the chimp.
Yep. Yeah, that's what he was.
He became the chimp he was searching for.
Yeah.
You what? Planet of the Apes, bruh. You seen it here first.
Yep. It's crazy work. It's crazy work.
I can't. Oh, hilarious. Amazing.
Chud's been arrested.
Okay, so today we're going to react to Abba and Preach's response to Sneeko. Because apparently, I think Sneeko had... oops.
Bruce's camera. Bruce's camera.
I hope y'all didn't get a underskirt shot.
Yeah. Big fans of Abba and Preach, but we are still going to give our own commentary on it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But yeah, because he recently had an interview with DJ Academics, Sneeko.
Yes.
Where Academics was trying to put into perspective...
It's not just a word.
It's not just a word, because Sneeko's initial reaction was, oh, I don't know why people are overreacting, blah, blah, blah.
They should move beyond that.
It's beyond the word.
Yeah, it's like
XYZ.
black people can't move forward as a community because they're stuck in the past. And it's like, bro, that's not how that works. I know, right?
You what? It's always the same shit. And then they use these outdated terms. All right. Let's just get into it.
Let's get into it, guys.
But black people, nigga has been repurposed. It was a word to mean slave, and now it means
Sneeko, you're being obtuse. He's trying to treat black people as subhuman by how he's speaking to them. Is he like, oh, what up, my nigga? Is that what he's saying? Or is he actually saying that, hey, you're a lesser human being, and I'm using this word to remind you of that?
You could only allow this word to have that power if you agree to that frame. We should repurpose this word so that we can't be controlled by them anymore, to build a career based off of it.
Right, you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's
it's
intellectually dishonest.
It's just
well, the
he simplified the entire.
It's just a word. Well, he says we should repurpose it, and it's like, why?
Why? It means that for a reason.
It has weight behind it.
It means that that's like us repurposing the word genocide to mean birthday party.
Exactly. You know how many people would lose
what the fuck? Like, that's crazy.
You what?
Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Let's just repurpose the word. That's what I mean. Like, in your entire, I don't know how old this kid is, like your entire life, you just, I don't know. It's the whole, like I said, like someone just plucked him and just threw him here in 2026.
And it said, start saying words.
Start saying words.
That have no meaning behind it.
Yeah. And words don't have meaning. Bullshit, bro. Especially for someone who's like.
No, he's been on the internet for a long time. So whatever,
that's crazy.
whatever LARP he's on now, bro, is crazy.
That's crazy.
Antagonizing people.
I think he should go antagonize Muslims. Word up. Facts. Leave black people alone. Go fuck with the Muslims.
Do you want peace or not? Like,
no, I want to see what the Muslims gonna do. Because I think when Muslims get antagonized, would that be amusing to you?
I'm saying he should.
No, would it be amusing? Because you said it was amusing when he was talking to the blacks.
I said he shouldn't antagonize people that are.
All right, I know you said that, but you said it was amusing. You said it was funny. Would that be funny? Okay, so if he goes to the place where people are praying and they're bowing down on the mat.
Wait. Can we put this in perspective?
Go ahead.
Academics is actually like, you let Act smoke you, bro.
All right, so I'm going to say something, Jeff. I'm going to say something. Because I don't follow Sneeko. I just get video snippets of debates.
It's all some bullshit.
It's conversations and stuff like that.
It's all some
and
bullshit.
He is illiterate. I'm not going to lie.
You what?
He says it goes back to the whole... the head voice thing. It's like the difference between an audio book and reading a book.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do audiobooks because it interferes with my head voice. Same for you.
Yes.
Where it's like, if I can read a book, I can see what the words are. Like, someone just saying words in my ear isn't going to help me really understand the words.
Exactly.
It's just talking.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's just another motherfucker talking. I want to see the words that I'm using.
Because I can create the image in my head.
Right. And then now I know what the word is.
Yeah.
I know what
but
the
like
word
I said,
is.
the years that Sneeko has been doing this, whichever LARP he's jumped on.
No, he's a grifter.
Grifter, LARP, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, he has never intellectually grown as a person. What he said.
No, he just wears a new skin.
Yeah, what he said 5 years ago, it's the same shit he
just
says
wears a new
now.
skin.
It doesn't change.
Shapeshifter.
That's what I'm saying.
He's an MK Ultra lizard human. What the fuck? He was
look at me slither.
Yeah, he was sent here to establish mass confusion and psychosis.
Yeah,
and
for
delusion.
stupid people.
What the fuck? That's the problem with social media. And you know, I'll probably speak for myself in this
context
too. In this context too,
Yeah.
where it's just like it's given too many people importance.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's given too many people importance. Like I understand, you know. Like, I don't know, because it's like, what does he stand for?
He doesn't have.
Like, what are you making content for?
At this point, it's
what
just,
do you know what I'm saying?
At this point, it's just
like, what is your lane? Like, what are we here?
It could be
for?
like I'm a moral high groundness that's stoic, but I don't have.
But what does that mean? Who are you to establish the morals?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why he's like, oh yeah, you need to be above it.
Like you need right. Like he's instructing us to just get over it.
Yeah, but
then there's like so many different places on the planet where they have words that are offensive to them.
Exactly.
I.e. Johnny Somali.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And he says, "What are those? They're chimping out." That's funny. That would be pretty funny, right?
There's a difference between like worship and then being in public.
Whoa, Sneeko, what you mean?
You don't think it's funny.
Yeah.
The same way that black people don't think it's funny.
Yeah.
When it comes to black people finding offense of things that they feel is offensive, you're like, well, why don't y'all just stop being offended by the word? However, if I then showcase a situation where another group of people, where someone tries to disrespect them, you can't repurpose the disrespect. You want black people to repurpose the disrespect.
Great. There's a great analogy here. Do you see how you're equating this individual word that doesn't have real meaning unless you to the whole?
Every word has meaning, brother. Okay, if you say word has no meaning, say. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
is that what you're saying?
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Every word has weight and meaning. You can't pick and choose what has meaning and what doesn't.
Right.
So it's like it doesn't make any sense when he says it doesn't have weight behind it. I'm like, bro, 400 years ago they suffered. They gave them a new word. They even had.
Yeah.
They even said tree N-word to Native Americans.
Native Americans, yeah, they called them tree N-words, yeah.
So it's like, bro, what are you talking about? Every word has meaning,
right?
And if
it meant subhuman.
Yes,
this is what it was
it was to degrade and
Right.
make you feel lesser than.
Right.
So
You
it's
were
like
subhuman.
Yeah. So for you to just say, "Oh, we need to repurpose it," it doesn't have meaning.
Right, like it's so
he's like
weird. Like he just-
laissez-faire.
Like he just glossed it over.
Like,
what?
Bro, what the fuck are you talking
like
about?
it's a
bro?
fucking etch-a-sketch. All right, guys, it means nothing. Let's
Yeah.
just start over.
No, that's crazy to me, bro.
What a dickhead.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
I'm asking you to say it because it should have no meaning, right? There's a meaning to it, right? Clearly, like you wouldn't say that, right? Because there's an intended meaning if you're saying.
I see the point that you're making. How are you equating?
Words have meaning, brother.
How are you equating God, disrespecting God, the Almighty?
That's a dodge too.
It's your God. It's not everybody's God.
And it doesn't even matter.
Yes, it is.
It doesn't matter because he's not talking about the fact that, he's not comparing God to whatever. What he's saying is that this word has meaning.
Yeah.
If the word has no meaning unless you attribute it to
See the misdirect?
meaning to it.
No.
Yeah.
That has no meaning.
See the misdirect though,
Yeah,
right?
like-
So it's there's no equation. He's not trying to equate God to the N-word. He's basically saying the word itself.
The word
carries weight.
Bruh.
Allah carries weight. The N-word carries
Bruh,
weight.
it's the word.
You're shifting
It's
it.
literally the word.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
If you even want to talk about Allah or God, like the word is the word. The word is the truth. The truth is the word. Everything exists in the word. Everything exists because of the word. What does the word mean? What is the word?
Every word has weight.
Everything is the word. Every word ever spoken is every word that is the word. Like, bro, the bird is the word. No,
Sensational.
preach, Pastor
You know what I'm saying?
Pastor
Like,
Bernard.
I don't know, bro.
Preach.
I don't know. If no words had meaning, we wouldn't have evolved.
Yeah.
Like, that just doesn't make
We'd just
any
be
sense.
monkeys. We'd be
like,
chimping
it's so
out.
bullshit.
We'd be
chimping out like Chud. We'd be chimping out like Chud.
We'd be chimping out, bro. We'd be chimping out. Amazing. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Oh, man. I'm dead.
Then it shouldn't matter if you say it to God because it has no meaning. Clearly it has meaning.
To something that only has meaning if we attribute meaning to it. God has meaning without us. This part, our word.
You can't disrespect God, but you can disrespect a whole group of people.
That you give to it.
Brother, you're saying so. What you just told me, you can't disrespect God. Okay, get it, and I agree. But you can disrespect an entire group of people, and your solution to that is that the entire group of people should just not be offended.
That's not how that works.
This is the creator of the universe.
Oh my
God!
Fuck off.
Get the fuck
off.
Shame.
Off, bro.
This is a sick Negro.
Yeah, you know what? That's a moment where you just got.
See, and that's why, bro. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's why I have an issue.
That's why I just move with action.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
Look at preach at the wall.
Like, that's spooky as shit.
That is.
Dude.
That is. That doesn't make any sense.
That's spooky as shit, man. That's crazy to me.
Got to sit with the point and not try to argue just to argue. Everyone's seen a lot of these.
That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you just gotta be like, damn, I'm gonna concede not because they're right, but because there's nothing happening up there.
No.
I'm debating a husk.
But what, like I said, and I think that's the biggest issue with Sneeko just in general. Like, he has no
identity.
He not just that. He's never learned how to articulate his thoughts into what he's trying to convey. He has no thoughts.
It's all a parrot of whatever
he hears online.
Yes.
He's trying to put deeper meaning behind it, and there is none.
There's deeper meaning in things that have no deeper meaning,
retarded,
and then
bro.
for the things that actually have deeper meaning, they're surface level for him.
There's
for things that are surface level, it's like this awe-inspiring.
Yeah, we
thing.
can't break it down because it's like, bro.
But then for like something that has so much weight, so much history, so much everything, context, like just living,
they've created movies,
real
shows,
examples of why it's not just a word.
Museums,
and then to you, it's just, oh yeah, we shouldn't give it power. What a dickhead, bro.
The clips from academics and you and your debate. First off, there's been a lot of feedback, a lot of people reacting to it, a lot of people.
So this is him live.
This is the live with them, yeah. So they watched the video.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Between him and academics, and then they called him, but I guess they didn't like.
Ain't this the second time ABBA? Well, I know over the pandemic, ABBA did like multiple
with just Sneeko, but it was never Preach was never there.
Because I know Preach don't want to deal with that motherfucker. You could tell he's holding on right now.
You what?
Preach is holding on.
Preach
bro.
is like.
Look at his eyes.
I gotta
bro.
talk to this
He's
child.
trying so hard not to check out.
I gotta talk to this child.
Nah, man, this guy's lost, bro.
Basically proclaiming Ack as having a really great moment. What do you think that people missed when it came to that debate? And then I will get into it afterwards.
Yeah, it was miscaptioned. I didn't say words don't have meaning. I said slurs change, and that word has changed its meaning. And so it only has
that's what you
power.
said.
Slurs like that only have the power that you give it.
Well, no, now that you have time to digest the fucking that comes out your gullet.
No, that's what he said.
Then you can form a fragile
Get the fuck
foundation to expand your bullshit and your goalposting. Your goalpost shifting.
We'll call him out every time he does a goalpost
That's so
shift, guys.
bullshit, bro. Like, he concedes to nothing ever in any debate. He's never...
Even if he's wrong.
Right. It's like, oh, I just discovered this and it's the right thing.
Just like...
You what?
That's tough, bro. No context. Everything's always out of context, bro.
And so we shouldn't give energy to clear rage baiters the same way Muslims we shouldn't give energy to people like Jake Lang. If you're a paid agitator, don't give them what they want. Rage baiters are only rage baiters if you get enraged. So it's better to ignore them.
Yeah. So just a couple of things, right? They gave the example. I think he did touch on something that was very real because he spoke about the fact that you thought it was amusing in some points, what some of the aspects were he was doing, but you kind of said you condemn it, but that you did find some aspects amusing. And then he pointed out to some of the examples in regards to, making a mockery of God in some context, or going to a mosque and then antagonizing people there. And then you said you didn't feel like it was funny. And then you also mentioned the fact that comparing God to a person doesn't make any sense. But I think his point to me, go ahead.
But also, I do think it could be funny. Like, I've been heckled while praying. I've been, when we were in Times Square doing the Ramadan prayer, people came up and were yelling like Christ is king. And when people come up and put bacon on themselves.
See, this is the thing though. It's you.
Right. False equivalent.
It's you.
Right.
You're projecting how you would react to everybody else, and that's not how that works.
Yeah, that's crazy. If
this
everyone,
is that. Yeah, that's you. That's you.
But that's what I'm saying. Why? Why do we have to explain that to someone like that?
Because he's not there.
Right.
He's not intellectually
there.
Saying,
but now you're gonna get triggered.
It's
or
okay.
Anybody else? No. But here's the thing.
But that's why we're doing
this.
this.
No. I understand. But it's just like, like, why? Why even someone who can't even comprehend that the world outside of themselves?
Yeah, he's solipsistic. So what I'm saying is this:
everything is a novel experience when he discovers
it.
Right. It just happened. The moment it crosses his brain. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's probably a motherfucker without a head voice.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the thing. He doesn't think about it. He just says, "This is how I would react, so that's how the world should react." And it's like, that's not how the world, bro. That's not how the world works, bro. That's not how the world works. Really, unfortunately, I'm sorry. That's not how the world works.
Billions of people thought different from you for millions of years. For hundreds and thousands of years.
And you come out of nowhere
before you were born. And then for some reason you have the answers on how
1 BC to 3000 BC, and then we started all over again with 1 AD.
And all of a sudden, now you know. Mm-hmm. Now you know how to react. This is how you should react. I don't know, bro. This is just sub-level just logic. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like this should just be innate.
No, unfortunately, it's
that's what happens when y'all niggas don't read. You audio books. You just got niggas talking in your head, bro. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. Look at some words. Learn some spells. God dang, bro. That's crazy, man.
Go ahead.
And try to antagonize Muslims. I think that's funny. It's supposed to be provocative, and it's rage bait. Well, when guys like that come outside of Mom Donnie's office here in New York, trying to sacrifice a pig, I think that's funny. I just was watching Tommy Robinson's protest, and some guy came on stage playing a violin, and he put 2 strips of bacon on him specifically to disrespect Muslims. I think that's funny. It's stupid. But it's funny because it's dumb. Doesn't mean I am encouraging it. You could find things funny or amusing. Doesn't mean that you're condoning it.
Sure. Taking yourself out of it, do you feel like most Muslims would find that very insulting? Because I remember you at the time when he gave the mosque example, you didn't find it funny, right? So, and my experience is most Muslims would not find that funny or amusing and find it incredibly disrespectful. And I know you brought up the whole Jake Lang thing, but like I told you, I'm pretty confident he has been attacked a few times already. He's had his Quran snatched when he tried to burn it before. So people have definitely gone after him for his behavior. Clearly, they didn't just say it's just words or just symbols. They took it to heart and they felt disrespected by his actions.
But we should ignore these people. We shouldn't give them what they want, because what he wants to do is say, look, I don't have free speech in America. I'm a white Christian, even though he's a Jewish Zionist and he's LARPing as a white supremacist. If he's looking for a reaction to then go blame Muslims and say that there's no free speech, you can't give him what he wants. So it can be offensive, but the best course of action is to ignore these people.
I don't disagree that ideally if somebody's doing something nonviolent, that you respond with violence. But I also think there's not a place on this planet where that is a universal standard.
We shouldn't give power away to other people, especially if those people are against us.
No, that's real.
But
go ahead.
Again, you see that's what I'm talking about. What Abba is saying is correct. He's literally saying you can't map on how you think onto the entire world, because not everybody is like that.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Some people get rage baited. Some people get upset. Some people still get triggered by the other people. Even get offended for other people.
Right, by the R word.
Yeah,
or,
everything. Like certain things you even say will offend them. So,
even existing.
Yeah, it's like nobody in this world is 100% on the same page. Like, we have a universal thought of stop at a stop sign, but you're always gonna have that one dickhead that's like, fuck the rules, I'm gonna just drive through it. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, for you to come out and say, oh, everybody needs to be
everyone needs to respond the way I
because
respond.
I respond, and it's like, you're being solipsistic. It's like nobody thinks like that.
Right.
I can be like, yeah, I get it. This is something that doesn't faze me, but that's not that.
But I'm not gonna hold the next person to that standard.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, that's crazy. Because like I said, everyone makes a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You made the choice to use the word, and they made a choice to beat your ass.
Yeah.
The end.
You see? We're not condoning
equal exchange.
We're not saying yes, that's what they should do, but that's just the reaction that occurs with them. You get what I'm saying?
Exchange. You know what I'm saying? Bro. You levied a word that had power behind it. So the energy,
a lot of power.
You know what I'm saying? What happened? When you say a lie and you can't prove it, the universe is gonna correct it.
Yeah.
You what? Law of equal exchange.
Exactly.
The words you use carry
science.
Energy. They carry energy. So when you levy a word at somebody, you better hope it has the correct frequency, the correct energy.
Agreed.
Or the universe is gonna send it right back.
Yeah.
Wah-bam. Wah-bam. You know what I'm saying? And send it back twofold. Because not only did you shoot yourself, now you're facing attempted murder.
Yep.
Dickhead.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I can't, bro.
You can't have
shouldn't give power
with emotional. You shouldn't let people have emotional control over you that way.
Sure.
It's taking away your power.
But even that. Okay, let me ask you: if you're traveling with your mom or your kid, and someone goes up to them and starts calling them all kinds of crazy names, are you not going to get emotional? Yes, you will.
Yeah, don't worry, Mom. Fuck him. The words don't mean shit.
Two-piece combo, what you talking about?
He called you a chimp, but don't worry, Mom. It doesn't mean nothing. What? That's crazy.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Two-piece
crazy.
combo, bro. Two-piece combo.
That's crazy. No. I hate you, nigga. Let's
die.
Exactly.
Like that guy said.
What? That's real. What? You body me, you can keep the money.
I body you, you keep it. I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
Everyone would.
Right, but the point, you try to diffuse the situation and not drag your family into something they should be dragged into.
Sure.
You're going to try to diffuse the situation, but my point, you have the one thing we have ultimate control over is your emotion and how you feel. Is that disrespectful? Am I going to get upset? Yeah, it's your responsibility to not allow somebody to try to rage bait you. Am I going to try to diffuse it? Yes. Am I going to go out and encourage violence and put money on his head? I think that's a waste of energy.
I think I agree with the point that you shouldn't try to give, but the reality is that we do.
Yep.
The reality that we do.
Yep.
And because that's a reality, you can't say these words don't have meaning. There's nobody on this planet who's going to sit here while their child or their mom is berated right in front of them. You're going to get emotional. You're going to have some urge to protect. Why? Because even though you can...
I think reality punishes those with ill intent within the means of truth.
Yeah. No, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to break it down?
Like, prime example. So we say karma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, karma affects those with ill intent.
Ill intent. Not.
It only, like, you could on the surface level be doing something good, but if your intent on doing it is for some malicious gain or even has nefarious methods of obtaining what you're trying to obtain, I think the universe, kind of does its thing in that.
Especially if you're putting it against somebody that has done nothing to you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I
right.
gotcha.
Like, if you go out with bad intentions in anything, I think the universe will meet you. It will oblige.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It will oblige.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
I could agree with that, regardless of if you believe in it or not.
If you believe it in or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could buy time with money, wealth, by, feeding it evil shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But at some time...
The toll come due.
Exactly. Yep. And depending on how you maneuver that's how long it takes.
But, I got you.
Yeah, man.
No, I feel it, bro.
Say to them, guys, words don't have meaning. You look at your kid. Go look at your mom or whoever it was. Words don't let them control you. They're going to get upset and you're going to get defensive. You can't just do this whole stoic thing where we pretend like this is going to be a standard for everyone and not recognize that words are going to impact us. It will.
Right, but I don't want it to submit to weakness. So you're agreeing.
What the fuck does that mean?
What does that
mean? You said nothing. Bro, you said you put words
submit to weakness? What's your point, bro? What does that mean? I don't want to submit to
Jeff,
weakness.
we're going to say break it down. You probably never going to see this video, but break it down, Sneeko. What does that mean? Submit to weakness. What does that mean?
What is weakness?
What's weakness in your words?
What is weakness?
Because what you think might be weakness to you might not be weakness to them.
That's so dumb. That's what triggered me the fuck out of me, right? When I was a kid. And, you know, everywhere I went, it was predominantly not me, not black.
Yeah.
So, like, of course, I've heard everything
under the sun. Yeah.
Under the sun.
So nothing affects you like
nothing.
Yeah.
You feel me? But anytime I levied or responded in kind with equal with something that's offensive to their culture or their race. Oh man.
Oh, fighting words.
Oh, we get
two-piece combo.
We get knives.
Mike Tyson. Oh.
But they could sing song the N-word up and down all day.
All day.
So it's like, let me say something about you real quick, and then we could die about it. No, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? When words fail, okay.
Yeah. No,
there you go. That's it. I think that is like the mutual agreement. You know what I'm saying?
We're not saying that's what you should do.
That's not what we're saying you should do.
But if you've gone through all the steps.
Right. But me,
and that's the
I
last
have no
resort.
enemies because I'm walking away from stupidity. I don't even interact.
You don't engage.
Yeah, I don't even engage with it. So like I wouldn't find myself in a situation where my life is in danger like that because of what someone said to me.
No, I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
So like, but I understand that the world isn't going to react the same way I do.
I got you.
You know, but damn, bro, that's spooky.
It is what it is.
Spooky. He's obtuse and stubborn on his position too, and that's what freaks me the fuck out, bro. Because there's others that think like him, just like that.
Yeah, froze again.
I think just like that. We gotta wait for it. Hey, it's 444.
444.
444.
444.
Protection.
Angel protection. Nah, that's crazy work, bro.
No, it's spooky action. Spooky action.
You're saying that we should not let this control us. So that's the point. That's what I want to hear talking heads talk about. When I see rappers talk about this, rather than encouraging violence, they should say, hey, ignore this person. Don't let them control you.
Sure.
Don't let them win.
Sure.
Although we do get emotional over these things, we need to advocate towards a society that's not violent. If you say we live in a violent society, I don't know if that's completely true, but why
we do.
play?
No, this is a violent
No,
society.
we do.
Nigga, Cain killed Abel. What do you want?
We do
into that. Why not try to fight for something better?
Also, let's be clear. He's done this to a lot of people, and a lot of people have walked away. A lot of people have been like ignoring him.
That's the right response.
Which is the correct response, sure. But you also have to understand, he is pushing them to that point by looking for everybody.
It's
and
like
if you do that
poking a
enough,
bear.
Yeah.
It's like poking a bear and expecting
not
it
like-
not to attack
Right,
you.
that's what I'm saying. That's like he says something, they do walk away initially. Some of them do walk away, and then he's walking behind
them. Yeah, and then he has bear spray too.
Yeah, bear mace.
Bear mace, and but that's what I'm saying. They like I said, it's like poking a bear and expecting it to be just smile at you and hug you. That's not how that worked. It's like when mom kept poking the black dog when she was back in her country, and the black dog ended up bitter on the lip. Yeah, because you kept poking the dog. What did you think the dog was gonna do? Give you a hug? But that's what it is. I'm just saying. But that's how it is.
you're going to land on the wrong one. Most black people have stayed away from him and been nonviolent. That's the reality. But yeah, he's somebody who was instigating a violent interaction. He was hoping for it. He's hoping to kill somebody. And
which is crazy.
He fucked around and he definitely did find out. And I'm glad that somebody like that is in jail. I want those people.
It like live. Oh, I'm going to shoot a chimp or some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to claim self-defense. And that's where it's just like the whole out of body thing.
And that's how you know he doesn't know the law. He didn't read up on it.
You're an idiot. You're not even a human being at that point.
Yep, because you just want to shoot somebody.
You're bought in a meat suit. Damn. That just downloaded internet slop. Nah, bro, that's probably what it is. Maybe the AI's figured out how to.
Like they always say, power is always given to the stupid people. Sometimes.
That's crazy word. Ugh, this is exhausting, bro.
Yeah,
that shit's exhausting.
The
But
he doesn't even look like
people off the streets, because at the end of the day, the world is not just safe because someone doesn't attack you. It's also safe because someone doesn't verbally go after you all the time for no reason. You know, I don't want my kid to walk around and then just be called slurs for existing. Some guy can run a kick account. that. I don't want somebody to go up to my kid, let's say if they're Muslim, and they're wrapping bacon around their face to try to antagonize them. I don't want that to happen to my mom or nobody else. I can look at them and say, get over it. But I'd rather live in a world where we go after these people who continues to try to monetize and go after folks and harass
it's all
them.
for money. They don't give a shit.
Spooky shit.
Oh, what just happened? Oh, yeah, that happened.
You can go to most places in the world and people have a long history of pain from the past. You brought up Japan in your second debate. If you go to Japan, you have to understand that most of their society has been built after World War II based off of their experience, their constitution, their pacifist attitude with the military.
And that bugs me that Abba has to explain this shit to him, bro.
And he still doesn't get it.
No, but why? This is some shit you learn going through grade
okay, but
school.
this is remember what you said. Every time,
this is grade school
listen
shit.
here. Every time he has a conversation and he says some bullshit, he probably rewatches it and then says, "Oh, I just had an epiphany," like you said. I just had an epiphany on what I said, so it gives me a little bit longer to think about what I said or what they said. And then he goes off of it. So it's like you said, it's like the information that he gets is based off of other people's thought process.
Right, his news feed.
And then he makes it his own, or his followers reinforce how he thinks.
Yeah.
So he never grows.
He's in his own.
It's not like Asmongold,
right,
who says, "Oh, you're one of those people following me. Fuck you, I'm blocking you."
Right.
We don't.
Or we just string a whole bunch of words together, and that's the thing. As someone who claims words have no meaning, clearly you see, because he's just saying shit.
And he has no idea.
I don't want to submit to weakness.
What does that mean?
What the fuck does that mean?
Break that down.
You know, it's like, you know what guy that I love who start calling it out? That the guy who mocks like motivational speakers. I made $1 million before I was even conceived.
How is that even possible?
I
know what you're talking about.
Like,
that black,
that's what
that black
it
guy on
is.
TikTok, yeah.
It's just a bunch of word salad because people don't know what words mean
So
anymore.
they'll hear a motivational speaker and then they'll be like, I can do what he did.
That's a word I ain't never heard before in my life.
Motivational.
Like, that's crazy.
Oh, man. Crazy word.
Oh, that blows my mind. But yeah, everything Abba's about to explain to him, which I'm going to be sure it's going to be like World War II shit.
I mean, like I said, we don't have to really go.
No. I get it. It's just like, that's bugs. Jeff, I did a solo class project where I built a replica model of the Great Wall of China during the Qing Dynasty.
In elementary.
In the third grade.
Yeah.
What are we even doing?
Yeah. And they said you're gifted. Get
what
out
are
my
we
class.
even doing?
That's
I was a puzzle piece kid. So the curriculum didn't apply to me.
I got you.
And on top of that, we were one of the first household families with internet. So I already knew how to use it the moment we got the internet.
Gotcha.
So I was obtaining information way before I even learned it in school.
I got you.
So I was always ahead of the next thing, which is why they hated me in all the STEM courses, because I didn't show up for anything, but I would just ace the test. But developed very bad habits, and that was something I had to break as I got older.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But even then, that's like the self-reflection of, okay, I know where I stand, how the world affects me, how I affect the world. And I don't expect the world to think the way I do.
But like you said, even when like you say, I have conversation with my friends that are realtors, that are CPAs, that are doctors, that are this, that are that, and they're baffled on how you can keep having conversations.
How I can keep up with
how you can keep having conversations with them, and then you're like, yeah, they're like, I went to school for this. How do you know all this information?
Because it's free.
The internet's free. You're literally in college learning shit that's free on the internet.
No, college is for connections. I understand going to college.
Yes.
College is for connections.
And debt.
You what? Damn, I seen that video you showed me of homegirl talking about. Yeah, I got a degree in a PhD in what was it or something? It was like a archaeology degree or some shit like that.
Yeah,
something like that. PhD in it, and she's like, 3 days before I'm about to graduate, walk across the stage, I realized I don't want it.
Oh, something in nursing. And she's like, yeah, I don't want it.
She said, I don't even want
I
this
don't want
shit.
it. And then the other friend said, I got to go back to school to get my master's.
But that's what I'm saying, though. But the connection she made. But now she can take that degree
Yeah.
and establish her own foundation
Yep.
and not take it to somebody else.
Yep. And then what did we always say? Money can get you to the door, but connections will get you in. And I think that's the thing. People go to college, and that's what I was talking to a kid at work about. I was like, yeah, go to college because he wants to become a finance person, and I said, do that, but the connections are what gets you the job. It's not because you can get the degree, but if you don't know anybody in wherever you want to work, then
there's no point. Now you're just fighting against the grunts.
Yeah, exactly. The
grubs.
But essentially, that's what that is, man. But it's like
no, that just blows my mind, and I hate that these are the philosophical, deep, multi-layered internet discussions we're having with idiots.
These are all brain dead.
With brain dead idiots who are informed by the algorithm and hashtags and reactions. That's annoying. That's annoying, bro.
No, I got you, bro.
We give so much weight and stock to these people who literally just string a whole bunch of words together
and then think it means
and I
something.
showed you how easy it was to do that. If you know how words work, you know what I'm saying? But like, man, that's crazy. This is painful. I hope this is the end of mediocrity, faux intelligence, the LARP. Because I'm not gonna say I'm a genius, but I get it. I know what it is.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to concede that I don't know everything.
Yeah.
And I'm always willing to learn from someone else's perspective because I know that's a version of reality I'll never experience.
Well, and that's the thing too. If you're always open to it, then you learn more.
Right.
But
That's what I'm saying.
If you close,
if I think my mindset is the way the world should be, that's stupid.
But that's the thing. And then you're in your echo chamber, so you're only feeding your own ego. It's not going anywhere.
What if
nobody else is? You're not learning anything new. They're just regurgitating what you've already
You're a parrot.
said.
You're just a parrot. You're just a parrot.
I got you.
You're a mud brain parrot.
But all in all, yeah, he's facing his bond is
1.25 million. Chud the Chimp.
Chud the Chimp. But again, like they said, all he has to do is put down 10%, which
Chud the mayonnaise macaque.
What did they say? He only has to put 10%, which is $125,000. So if he does that, he can get out. If he puts down at least 10%, but. Yeah, man, that's just what it is.
Bro said Chimp it out. That's crazy. Okay, Cro-Magnon, man. What the fuck? Okay, bro.
Oh, man. But interesting first segment, though. Interesting first segment, bro.
Oh, man.
You want to jump on to the next? Or you want to finish this?
You want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. Any final thoughts, Baldhead? On this dickheadery?
No. I mean, again, I encourage, and we already watched the whole video, so we're just kind of giving our take.
Yeah, I truly don't care what the fuck Sneeko got to say, because it's fake. It's gonna change.
It's gonna change. Well, at the end of the video, again, too, he shifted the goalposts.
Right. So you finished it?
Yeah. I finished it. The whole thing. So at the end of the video, you did it.
I didn't.
Oh, I did.
It was.
I did. Oh no, I did.
That shit was draining.
Well, because I was driving home, so I was just listening.
I
was driving home, so I was just listening. So, Abba and Preach basically say you're shifting the goalposts. Now you're talking about rap.
But you see, and now they get dragged down into.
And they got dragged. Yeah. Crazy. So basically, he was basically saying, because of how rap is and black on black crime. That's the reason why.
What?
Yeah, he was like, I
hate that phrase, black on black.
And it's not.
Nigga, white people kill white people, black people kill black people.
Yeah, at the same rate.
Asians kill Asian people.
That's what I'm saying.
Spanish people kill Spanish people.
Jeff, you're literally verbatim saying what Abba said.
Oh, that
he said that. He's like, Abba and Preach basically said that they're killing each other at the same rate. It's just that black.
Do you see what I mean?
It's just that
why do I have to explain this to you,
but
bro?
that's the thing. They had to. But Abba. Poor Preach, because it's like he
ain't got time for it. He ain't got the heart to just have the patience.
It was so annoying
shit,
for him that he had to explain it to Sneeko so Sneeko can understand, because he just said a blanket statement, black on black crime because of rap music, and it's like, no, that's not how that works, because Abba Preach was like, movies are influenced, Scar, Cubans. Godfather, Italians, they were shooting each other. All this was before rap, is what Preach was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he say like we glorify it? Like
it's always
in media. And
yes,
shit?
it's always.
That's
we
literally...
pay to go see it, listen to it, whatever it was, and that was all before rap.
Okay, what about war porn movies and or freaking what is it? Mafia movies.
That's what. Yeah, Italian. Yeah, The Godfather. What was the name of The Sopranos?
Yeah,
all that.
what are we
but
talking
that's
about?
what I'm saying. They had to go down that rabbit hole just to explain to him because he was trying.
Yeah,
he made a blanket statement on because rappers are always saying the N word and they're always encouraging to kill each other. So this was his diatribe to shift the goalposts and jump into something else. But it was like, nah, we caught you. He's like, that's a different discussion. We can have a different discussion on that, but that's not what we're talking about. What we were talking about, and we're going to go back to basics, was the weight of the word.
You want to know
Words
something?
have meaning.
I can't wait for the sun to get hotter.
You what?
You know what I'm saying? UV levels increasing. We'll see who's standing.
Cook stupidity.
UV levels are
but that's my final thought on that. That's my final thought on that. We can jump on. We can jump on to the next.
You know what I'm saying?
We can jump on to the next. Let's put some transition.
All right, what we got? What we got in the boot?
Yeah, we're gonna put all the bells and whistles in this.
What we got?
What else you got for us, Jeff? What else you got?
What we got in the books? Well, our computer's about to crash.
Too much going on.